When was the last time you shared something personal about yourself? Whether you knew it then or not, interpersonal communication was being used. Interpersonal communication is defined in the communications textbook as creating and sharing meaning between persons who are in a relationship. But believe it or not, some people would rather share personal information with strangers or openly on the internet than with someone close to them. Interpersonal communication can be formal or casual, public or private, but it has to be between two or more people. Each situation can be different depending on the people and environment. The interpersonal attraction theory and the social information processing theory help to explain why we as humans choose the people we do to communicate with, why we want to gain and share information with and about others, and why we choose certain approaches when sharing personal information and building relationships. The interpersonal attraction theory explains why we are attracted to or interested in certain people more than others. One way the interpersonal attraction article gives to remember this theory is that it is a physical evaluation takeover. There are 3 parts to the evaluation: school, physical, and task attractiveness. Social attraction looks at how someone talks, if they're easy to have a conversation with, and if they have some of the same interests as you. Physical attraction is exactly what it seems. Is the person visually appealing or your type? And lastly, task attraction evaluates a person's character, values, and morals. Do they follow through when they say they're going to do something? Are they trustworthy? Interestingly enough, people tend to be more attracted to someone when they resemble another person they already know. Along with the types of attraction, the social information processing theory includes parts too. But the 2 pieces give information on expanding a relationship. This theory primarily focuses on online social interactions and how they can lead to in-person relationships based on the interactions that take place online, states the textbook. Verbal cues and extended time are the 2 features focused on. Verbal clues allow users to make impressions based on digital messages alone. Extended time gives the sender more time to formulate their response before it is sent to the other people or person. The SIPT chapter says that people have more flexibility online so they can control how they are perceived by others. But no matter how attractive someone is or how great they seem online, there was always room for things to go wrong. Conflict can occur even when communication is there and healthy. How the conflict is handled is what makes the situation destructive or beneficial. William Wilmot and Joyce Hawker's theory of conflict management talks about the ways people face their issues with others, good or bad. Chapter 14 in Communication, Making Connections states that withdrawing, accommodation, forcing, negotiation, and collaboration are the main ways of conflict management. Without the use of interpersonal communication, neither person would know how or what the other is thinking, which makes resolving conflict very difficult. I can only speak for myself, but I think many people find self-disclosure or sharing personal information about themselves very challenging, which also makes forming relationships difficult, since bonds are strengthened by the increasing of self-disclosure, intimacy, and communication. Sharing my honest feelings has always been a struggle for me, which tends to make me want to withdraw from tough situations or just accommodate to let the other person get what they want. My stubbornness doesn't help that cause at all. I am that person that always says nothing is wrong and says everything is okay to avoid conflict and talking about myself. One-on-one, I'm an avoider, but in group situations, I handle conflict very differently. I think every situation is different and that the way you handle each conflict can change based on that specific issue. After learning more about communication and conflict, I have concluded that in order to have healthy relationships, I need to not only be able to listen to others, but also need to be able to talk about myself. After discussing the theories, I have more knowledge and was able to begin reflecting on my own communication skills. Self-disclosure is going to be a new priority for me. But what are you going to do to become a more competent interpersonal communicator?